ever get on the outside of a yak. Ever. If you meet a yak, you stay on the inside. Doesn't matter who or what it is. A yak will push you over the side like that. That's how Westerners get killed. So you never, that's the only law. You stay on the inside.
In my area, what they do is there's a rotation, like okay, this week, this year, like each year, the children for this school and that school, has to go to watch the execution. So when the execution events would take place outside of kind of a city, a town, and there's a whole bunch of militaries wearing all the scarves, wearing white glove, all has guns, and the person has to stand like a bit miles away, and then we just stand beside of that, have to watch, and suddenly, and we don't know who shot the gun.
This path goes down to the village, little village down here, and there's a little metal suspension bridge, well, Hilsey they call it. I mean, there'd be 4 sort of mud huts. And all of this is Tibet. And up there is a little fortress, like it's a sort of out of beau geste, and that's where the Chinese are. And that is the only way, that's the path there that goes up through it. So all of this is China on the other side of this river.
If China constant rules Tibet 800 years, Tibet could be only exist on the museums.
You know, last year, July, one of my classmates in my university, he worked in Tibet. And we often phone each other, and he always talk about the Tibet, how beautiful and the person, how personalized they are. But I just don't know why this audience happened suddenly, you know. Because last year, my friend used to be living there, and everything is okay. And suddenly it's have a big fight. I don't know why. A lot of people don't know why.
This is the local town we went to that evening. This is a Tibetan town that there are no Tibetans in. Every single shop was full of Chinese, and Chinese people in it.
From their perspective, I think it's not just because of your country, because of your culture can contribute peace in the world. And the Tibetan culture is kind of exploring since like late 90s, you know. And within like 20 years, like Tibetan cultures flourished within like Western country. It's a will help. Tibetans would concern that as long as their death helps others, they willing to die for they think it's a good opportunity to die, but usually Tibetans would not want to kill anyone.
Because last year, my friend used to be living there, and everything is okay. And suddenly it's have a big fight. I don't know why. A lot of people don't know why.
We were locked up in a compound by the Chinese army in which there was no running water whatsoever. This was absolutely filthy dirty. And so here's where we were locked up.
A lot of Chinese people don't know why. We guess because the year is to change the government this year. We will change government. We voted the new leader in this year. We guess because that, maybe, and or because the Olympic Games.
reason why I choose to become a monk when I was 10, because I hated going to school. Because I'm constantly failing my Chinese exams.
Lots of country don't like China. I think.
How does that make you feel?
In my age, I think it's far from my life. It's not. Everyone can own their opinion.
Yeah. They don't want you there. They really don't want you there. They want to keep you away. So the filth and the dirt of this, really I wished we'd been camping. I feel safer camping.
They grow up this idea of nationalistic. They always feel that strongly they have to protect their government first. And they completely stimulated the Manchus as well. And right now it's not only Tibet, in Inner Mongolia, it's Turkestan. So that's problem. Like for instance, like yourself, live in a nice city, have a nice family, and and you don't feel, and also you can speak pretty much whatever you want in China, in your city, but because in Tibet there's such issues, and the people more like, oh, what they're talking about, and then you cannot talk more like compared to like my life experience in Tibet and your life experience would be completely different.
And these extraordinary faces from all over that part of the world. There's another old person with a little. I mean, that's their only sort of possession, is a prayer wheel. And like him, they're all smiling. Most of them and really are very happy. The Chinese have displaced the Tibetans a lot. A lot of them are Han Chinese brought in.
And even like when I was 6 or 7, I asked my mom that I said, why Chinese are much richer than us, much looks nicer than us. Like, usually they were clean, nice clothes, we're dirty and have no money kind of thing. And she said, there's a saying that, she said, in our Tibetan there's a saying that we never be happy as a Chinese, but we never be sad as a Chinese. That's what she said. But like recently I'm thinking that's quite a lot. Why she could use that saying,
The whole way of life is being completely destroyed. I don't know what the technical term is, but it's destroying a culture. The children are being taught Chinese, and their religion is totally discouraged, to put it mildly. This is really beautiful. It's on a little cliff overlooking Lake Manasarova. And so all of this is going to pass away. So that's why I wanted to get the photographs and meet the monks. And China would like to destroy the whole lot of it.
Emotion cannot solve problems. So we have to be always like intelligent, try to understand each other, what the problem is. We have to know what the problem is. We cannot deny there's no problem. There is some problem, but I think it's better to, everyone, to try to understand what is the real problem is. So at the end, no matter what Tibetan issue is, China, Tibetan has to face-to-face talk and then solve the problem. Not the Western's going to solve, or not any other country. But we live next to each other. We have to live